as you all know, so much more than this. He is a pianist, a writer, a 7-time at least hackathon participant, and most importantly, and as you once again all know, a wonderful, caring, genuine human being. The kind of person the world is better for because he's in it. In fact, when I think about Joe's years here in the Honors College, the only time I think he was anything less than excellent was that one time in his freshman year on the honors floor when he failed to teach me to play Avalon. But I might deserve some of the blame for that as well. Joe Bernstein.
Wow. So when I was in the 4th grade, I was invited to a birthday party at Splashdown. And so, for those of you who don't know, Splashdown is an indoor water park with just a swimming pool and these 2 very large slides. And so, where everyone was waiting in line to go up the stairs and then go down and have a lot of fun, I was just chilling in the pool, treading water, swimming around. And so my dad asks, "What's going on? Why don't you want to go down the slide?" I'm like, "Well, it's pretty scary." And it was pretty high up. But my dad, he didn't like that. He was like, "Look how much fun everyone's having, and like, it's clearly safe. They wouldn't let these kids just plummet down." So I hear him, but I'm like, "No thank you, Dad." So he pulls the stops out a bit. He's like, "Okay, Joe, the kids there smaller than you doing it, they're not afraid." But I kind of shrug. So we go back and forth, and eventually we settle on, we'll go up the stairs together, I'll check it out, and if I don't like it, then I don't have to go. And so we go up and up and up and up the stairs, and by the time I'm at the top, I'm just terrified at how high we are. Off to a good start. So there's a lifeguard there, and we're just telling him that we're just kind of looking, and he's like, "Sure, no problem." So my dad kind of is urging me to go, and I start crying, and then the lifeguard's sort of like, "You gotta make up your mind." And so I have no idea in what universe how my dad managed to do this, but I agreed to go. So walk up to the slide, grip the edges, I guess like this podium here. I hear the whistle blow, and I jump in, and I immediately start crying. But thankfully, a few seconds later, I'm laughing, and by the time I'm at the bottom, I'm immediately ready to go again and get back in line. And so, there's my dad, I was not sure. So the reason this story has stuck with me, and the reason my dad still reminds me of this story is not because I had fun going down the slide. No, it's because I was terrified out of my little mind, afraid, and I pushed forward and did it anyway, and it was all okay. And so, when we look back through our college careers, we'll find that the moments that stuck out most, that were most meaningful, were not the ones where we were just coasting by, treading water, but the ones where we were pushing past our preconceived limits and just pushing through that fear. And so, we as a society are so focused on the achievement that often, whether it's a success or a failure, that we forget to look what's going on beneath the hood. And that's really emotions and fears being pulled and pushed by our fears. But ultimately, the only reason that our achievements are so sweet is because all the fears we push through beneath them. And so, as we graduate, and congratulations also, but as we graduate and go out to the world, to a wide variety of places, I want us all to remember these 2 things. One, that whoever you meet and how different their background is and how different their attitudes may seem, their underpinnings, that is, their emotions, their fears, it's all the same. They have joy and they're worried just like all of us. The other thing I want us all to remember, though, is that as we face these future slides, we shouldn't just be facing them, but we should be chasing them down. Because ultimately, it's our worries, our doubts, and our fears, and the pushing through them that is going to help us grow. And really, these act as a compass that points us towards how we can become great people. There's another side of the story I want to look at, and that's my dad. because what I didn't tell you guys is that after I went down the slide, he went racing down those stairs terrified, because if I get hurt or if something goes wrong, it's all on him. And so in essence, what my dad was saying to me was, Joe, I care more that you grow as a person from this than I care about what you think of me. I care more that you grow as a person than what you think of me. And that is love. It's easy to look at love as warmth and comforting, and it certainly is, but that's only half the equation. And so we need that urging and that growth too. For some of us, we struggle with the warmth, giving the warmth, but others of us, we struggle with that urging. But ultimately, we need both. And so, looking forward as we go ahead, may we all find a better balance of the two and learn to see it in other people as they show it towards us to the best of our abilities. I'd like to say a couple of thank yous. First is to you all, my classmates, who in many ways have acted as the people going down the slide, showing me it's all okay, be that through just being alongside me in class, to those conversations where I needed someone, to the many, many games of Avalon that we've played through these years. I want to thank all the lifeguards out there, be you teachers, mentors, parents, friends, who showed us compassion, but also knew when to blow the whistle, and whether or not we thought we were ready or not. I would like to give a personal thank you to my mom and my dad. I am beyond grateful for everything you guys have given me. There aren't words really that will do justice to everything you've done, but I feel so lucky and grateful. Thank you for your unconditional love, your listening to me, for just believing in me. Thank you, and I love you both. And then thank you to Mom, Hassan, and Granddaddy, and Ben and Sarah for your love and support also. I just want to end on this last point, that we should all think of the people in our lives who have encouraged us up the various slides we've faced. Next time you see them, give them a big thank you, because not only is it the right thing to do, but quite frankly, we're not done yet. There will be plenty more slides ahead. And as big and scary as these slides may get, each in their own regard, the beautiful part is that the people urging you down the slide and encouraging you will be the same ones on the other side once you come out. Thank you all.